Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 faction war. This is Fend Unlock Winter and Eldar versus Tyranids. For the blue Eldar team, Ligt is a Farseer support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control abilities. This is the Ulthway DLC scheme, alongside the Tenso as a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat with some powerful disruption and support. Rounding off the team, I Am Him is a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing some powerful control. Red Tyranids, two Lictor alphas. This is Molek and good old Floid is in here. These are melee specialists, going to infiltrate and disrupt some powerful offense and a bit of support too. Alongside them, rounding off the teams, boss of the gym, skipper of legs, is a Hive Tyrant, a durable hero, walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse, I shall call you Javier. Javier stomping through the middle. Surprise, surprise, there's some Eldar here. The Tensos use their speed to grab that contested victory point in the mid immediately. Good special there from the Hive Tyrant. Javier doing some good work early on. These Termagants though, taking huge amounts of damage but only dropped 3 models. Hormagaunts coming in now, eating on some Guardians' legs. Banshees run. Warlock still in here trying to harass some smaller Tyranid creatures. Here's a Lictor Alpha from Floid to support, because more Eldar is here. I Am Him coming in with some Howling Banshees. I think Javier's going to be okay. He is. Javier's good. What about Floid? Needs to be careful fighting Banshees early on. They had some decent support from double Termagants, but can this Warlock get away? They cannot. Warlock goes down right in the mid. Where was the Warp Spider then? Our Warp Spider's still on the eastern side. Well, southeast corner, I guess. Messing with some Hormagaunts, but now they are coming to revive. Towards the northwest, it's all quiet, I guess. Back towards the mid there. Couple of Guardians with a bunch of pew-pew on the double Termagants. They didn't like that. And they both want to get revived, do they? No. Farseer's going. There's Guide on some Guardians. The Tenso's Guardians, giving them more range and more damage. That's a starting buff of the Farseer. Pretty damn good one, too. Eldar have grabbed this. Are they going to node it? I think they should. Not yet, at least. Tyranid is grabbing the southeast one. They also do not node it. Hormagaunts looking for some food. Eldar-shaped food here. And they are persuaded to leave. Banshees are coming in. Shuriken coming in. Back towards the mid, kicking off now. Tyranids overrunning it. This is Molek's Lictor Alpha going for the VP. Just going to have a Tyranid meeting, are they? No. Are they looking for power now, Tyranids? Or they're just looking to hold mid. The Shuriken's here, so it's going to be difficult to get to the power, I think. I think they've spotted it now. Boss, and they're backing off. Ravener Brood on the way for them. Double Termagants all round. We have Rangers up for Ligt. The other Eldar players going for a Shuriken. As you can see, one setting up in the mid from Tenso. That suppression in that firing arc there. Hive Tyrant cannot be suppressed, but will take huge damage if they get close. Big fight brewing here. To 2v2 at least. There might be, I think all 3 Eldar players are here. At least some of all 3. The Tenso Shuriken leaves the garrison because they spotted that barbed strangler there, which is really nasty for garrison units. The Tyranids will sweep through the middle then. But then what? Can they get around this side to the power? Shuriken says no. Lictor Alpha runs. Barb Strangler Warrior Brood backing off. That Warrior Brood, by the way, is Floyd's. Still in play though. And there's the Ravener Brood. Those guys can burrow strike and get right on top of the Shuriken. You may see the... Oh, we see improved synapse, which makes sense. It's a Hive Tyrant between two other Tyranid players, but maybe Extended Carapace was going to come out to shut down these Shuriken cannons. They're not burrow striking. Maybe they think it isolates them a bit too much here. Barb Strangler shoots and backs off. Termagant's taking that central VP. Another shot from the Barb Strangler, a good shot too. Rangers getting some cracks in with their long rifles. 489 to 417. I swear it used to tell me the DPS of the rifles on the Pathfinder gear tooltip, but I guess not. Meanwhile, or it told me the damage per hit, I think, which is more useful for a sniper rifle to know the damage per hit. Shuriken keeping the Tyranids at bay again. Banshees on the prowl, looking for those warriors because they are heavy infantry and their power weapons like to smack them up or slice them up. Good usage of crippling poison there. Then got the barbed strangler shot in. Those guys need to run, running in an awkward direction. I think they'll be alright. Banshees killed 2 of the warriors though. Banshees of the Tenso came through. Flesh hook. Where is the Ravener Brood? The Ravener Brood is there. Here's a burrow strike. We'll see if some grenades wait them. Nope, there were no grenades waiting. Lictor Alpha got in with some infiltration too. Grenade dodge there. Another grenade kind of dodge. That's well played by Boss. Shuriken almost goes down. Almost. What is the warp spider debuffed by it? Oh, it's the Lictor Alpha Global, I think. To debuff all the enemy heroes. They take more damage. I don't see that very often. Is it called Stalk? I think it's called Stalk. Can't remember what the numbers on it are. 465 to 360. Tier 2s now from I Am Him, from Boss, and from Floid. Floid the first to go. Dicey fight for the Banshees here. Ravener Brood is no slouch in melee. And they wiped him. They wiped him. Ligt is now replacing the Howling Banshees. Yeah, that was double Raveners in there. Farseer may also go down. Farseer does go down. We get a sync kill from a Ravener. Quite rare to see. Cool. What is this? It's Tyranids getting on the power. These Ravener Brood are really low. Maybe? Oh, they don't want to shoot the power. They just want to shoot more Eldar. It's all about the biomass. Zone Thrope on the way in tier 2 for Floid. Got to be careful about Banshees sprinting through onto the Zone Thrope, but they do have crippling poisons available. Okay, now they're bashing the power a bit. There's crippling poison on the Banshees. Rangers getting shot. Hormagaunts coming in, and they do have adrenal glands. Well played, Floyd. Didn't panic retreat there. This is Boss, sorry. Well played, Boss. Did not panic retreat. Waited for the Hormagaunts to come in and use the crippling poison. And they're setting up another power bash with that. Hormagaunts may wipe though. Hormagaunts do wipe. Got through too far. We're going to finish off that gen, guys. There we go. 434 to 335. Everyone's tier 2. Or going tier 2. Venom Brood up for Boss. Don't see any other tier 2 units. Oh, we got a Tyrant Guard up. That's fun. Pulled in there, I think, by Boss. Which the Hive Tyrant can do. And there's that Zone Throat we mentioned earlier. And they're going to get all the gens down here. Meanwhile, northwest, Ligt hitting back with some guided Guardians and some brand new Howling Banshees. Oh, but now they have to fight a Tyrant Guard. They'll do good damage to the Tyrant Guard with their power weapons, but it's a tough old thing, and it does a lot of damage back to you too. Charging through there a bit. Might regret using that charge offensively there. Howling Banshees flee. Tyrant Guard with that splash damage mincing through them there. Lucky to get away with no model losses on the Banshees. Meanwhile, Eldar have broken out of the power. Bashing that was going on. Zone Throat trying to get shots there. An artillery unit. Doesn't do friendly fire, and it provides some health regen synapse. As you can see, those green hexagons and all those termagants and hormagaunts. Has a shield to protect it because it's very fragile without the shield. Shuriken Cannon can't do much to the Tyrant Guard. Super heavy infantry armor will shrug off all that piercing damage, and it has 2,500 hit points of it. Hive Tyrant on that central VP. I hear Banshees yelling. I think it was I Am Him's Banshees yelling. Here's the Tenso's Banshees going in on the Tyrant Guard, which gets good special. Look at the damage there. And they wipe. Wow. There's a Venom Brute with ranged Synapse as well. Here comes a Bioplasma shot. Look at that. Wraith Lord is up though. All of a sudden the Tyrant Guard taking huge amounts of damage. Fire Dragon's in play from Ligt. Tyrant Guard charges out. Yep. Should be okay, I think. Everything else needs to be careful. Venom Brood will be a prime target for the Wraith Lord since they're a big danger to it. I Am Him with Wraith Guard up. Feel like I haven't been seeing Wraith Guard that much recently. We'll see how they do here. They're tied up immediately by the Lictor Alpha, who has Scything Talons. Painful weapon for those Wraith Guard. And Adrenal Glands is up as well. They need to run, I think. I don't know why they stayed in there so long. They're still trying to stay in play with the Lictor Alpha on them. Unnecessary model losses, I think, on those Wraith Guard. We got the hell out of there. Trying to finish them off here as the Lictor Alpha. Almost got them. Warp Spreader Exarch teleports in, starts tying things up in melee. The Barb Strangler there. No war gear on this guy. Meanwhile, back towards the mid. All targets dropping in. And then jumps back towards the Venom Brood. And ties them up. Relieves some pressure from the Wraith Lord, but then she has to run. As she often does. Can they get this Wraith Lord down? That's a Crushing Claws Hive Tyrant now. And the Venom Brood is still in play. Shuriken runs. Shuriken down. Venom Brood trying to get that Wraith Lord. I don't think they can. Another Autarch dropped in. Doesn't actually hit anything, but scared things off. I hear Banshees yelling. It's you, ladies, from I Am Him again. They're going to get the Lictor, I think. Lictor Alpha does go down. Well played. 2 Autarchs are alive. These ladies provide a ranged damage resistance aura. You see the blue buff circle swirly things on these guys. She doesn't seem to, yeah, she doesn't benefit from it herself though. She's selfless. Molek and Floid, the 2 Lictor Alphas, go tier 3. 404, 229, decent VP lead for the Eldar, 180 or so. Looks like a Tyranid push in the southeast though. Tyrant Guard is here, and Javier, the Hive Tyrant, is going to get revived. Almost got level 5 off that. With Bioplasma, improved Synapse, and the Crushing Claws. Wraith Lord goes straight after him with a big swing and hit. Tyrant Guard coming in. The Tyrant Guard, of course, does heavy melee damage, so it can do some work to that Wraith Lord. Venom Brood is there as well. Wraith Lord backs off. Shuriken tries to set up and does set up. Fire Dragons of Ligt on the other side of the map at the moment. Pushed really far forward here, these guys. Oh, they dodged the Barb Strangler. And here comes a Farseer. With a Spirit Stone's Heal coming in. Oh, but then they get hit by the Barb Strangler. 366, 229. That's a good split there from Ligt. Farseer is trying to get to them to tie them up. Does get there. Took a bunch of damage doing it though, and now needs to run. And goes down. So that turned into a bad engagement for Ligt. Those guys get away. Damn, can't get out, says I Am Him. Not sure if they were stuck somewhere or something. Or if they just meant they couldn't get away from their power. Carnifex on the way from Molek. Does I Am Him have a... oh, is it these guys that are stuck? We'll see if those... if that guarding weapon team moves. 334 to 229. Tier 3 now for boss. Carnifex hits the field for Molek. Might need some more fire dragons, guys. Lictor Alpha runs. That's Floid, right? Yeah, that's level 3 Floid. Banshee's yelling. That must be I am him again. No, they're back at base. It's these guys. Autark with her spear now. Which is a power melee spear, unlike the Howling Banshees who get a heavy melee spear. Because that's not confusing. They have the same name and everything. Southeast. Oh, phase shift. Is it because they are gonna Eldritch? Nope, they don't have enough. Everything is invulnerable while they are phase shifted, and afterwards, I think it's for 4 seconds. For 4 seconds after the phase shift, they have a 50% damage reduction. Otherwise, you'd see a bunch of nuke setups and stuff with it, which is what happened previously. I mean, you can still do that and get a bunch of disruption and a bunch of damage in, just not quite as absolutely devastating as it was when it was 100% damage after it ended. Floyd's got a Carnifex on the way. Here is Molek with Stranglethorn Cannon. Like a big mental barbed strangler. Warlock goes down, level 2. Is that Witchblade of Pernus? I'm not sure. Fire Dragon's trying to get DPS on the Carnifex. Banshees are trying to draw fire, I think, and get a few hits and then run. And they did it. Here's the Wraithlord now, fighting a Tyrant Guard. Ripper Swarms and Spore Mines in there to mess with the Eldar. Double cap for the Eldar still though. We have a guided Shuriken, sorry, guided Bright Lance. Getting some good shots on that Carnifex. Really good shots. But it does survive. Javier runs. Floyd's Lictor Alpha just backs away. 2-1 cap now for the Eldar team. Decent mid-map authority. They have the southeast points. Swarmlord now for Bosto. Here comes the D-cannon for the Tenso. Autark dropping in. Now taking a bunch of shots, and then she runs. Phase shifted Carnifex. Are they just waiting for stuff to show up here? No, they aren't. Okay, looks like the Guardian Weapon team of I am him can move. That Guardian Weapon team now with a Bright Lance, of course. Brood Nest thrown up in the mid from Boss. These guys can reinforce effort and get a little bit of health regen, but it is quite easy to take down. That Carnifex is low. That Carnifex should be stomping back to base, I think, and healing. Floyd still has their Zone Throw. Oh, it does have Symbiosis as well. So they can use that to heal the allied Carnifex. Tyranids decapping things all over the gaff here. And pressing power. With a Stranglethorn. Boom. Kicking off towards the northwest, is it? Not quite. Wraithlord here for Ligt. The Tenso also has one. Getting some repairs. 178 to 161 on the VPs. Evening up. Evening up. Here's a Swarmlord now. How are you going to deal with that? Fire Prism on the way for I am him. Can the D-cannon get a big singularity on this stuff? That's a juicy target for it. They're setting up. Oh, they run. Ripper Swarm was coming in. VPs are basically even. There it is, 161 to 161, and the Tyranids have the advantage. And they are swarming big time. Can they get anything done here? Big Stranglethorn cannon shot says no. Yeah, and they back off. They're just too fragile to approach like that. And it's like you need to come from two different angles. Wraithlord goes in, Swarmlord getting tons of DPS as well as everything else. Of course, there's a Venom Brood in there. Swarmlord provides a speed and reinforcement synapse. As well, these guys are sprinting around now. Down goes the Wraith Lord. 138 to 161. Very, very swarmy Tyranids here. As is their way. Neurothrope on the way for Floid now. Need to try and focus things down here. The Eldar. Easier said than done, of course. Fire Prism's going to be a big help disrupting things, I think. I think they should focus that Fire Prism on the infantry. Try and keep it knocked over. Fire Dragons getting some DPS on the Tyrant Guard. Tyrant is not caring though. They are coming in and fighting. Wraith Lord goes down. Eventually. There we go. They just can't stop them. Very aggressive. They're sensing the Eldar weakness here. The Tenso's down to a single unit. And all three Eldar heroes down. There's a triple cap for the Tyranids. And that's going to be it, I think. They reached the critical mass that the current Eldar forces just couldn't deal with. And they swarmed together very well. There's an Eldritch. It's a decent one. Might be too little too late though. I'm not sure if it actually wiped anything. But they did get a bunch of retreats off it. They got the Carnifex down. Oh, the other Fire Prism went down, I guess. Still a triple cap for the Tyranids though. And they are going to get this done. There's a GG from Molek. Wraith Guard really struggled to get going, it felt like. Poor Eldar. Farseer level 3 down, level 2 Warlock, level 2 Warp Spider Exarch. Had level 4, with Terrify. Menacing Visage. And level 4 Lictor Alpha, both with Menacing Visage. And a level 6 Hive Tyrant. It was a tough one for the Eldar. Had kind of a slow tier 2. The Wraith Lords didn't quite pull their weight, I don't think, considering their cost. I'm not sure they did enough. Maybe like Fire Dragons, multiple Fire Dragons would have been better, waiting for the Carnifexes and then Fire Prisms to back them up with some disruption, maybe. I'm not sure if the Farseer had Time Field and stuff, which would have been useful. Well, there you have it. Thank you all for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war, and the great Tenso sending in the replays. I'll see you guys next time.